Do people around you call you lazy and a procrastinator? Is ADHD just laziness or procrastination? Well, let's see how this is a huge misconception. A 28-year-old IT professional came to see me. He was a bright, creative young man. But despite being very intelligent, he struggled daily to complete his office work and household duties. His mind raced with 1,000 thoughts, making it hard for him to focus on one thing at a time. Hello everyone. Today, we are going to talk about some common myths about ADHD or Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. I am Dr. Dawny Mathew, a consultant psychiatrist. You see, ADHD is not about willpower or motivation. It's about how the brain processes information and regulates attention and impulses. According to a research paper published in the journal Nature, Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder is a highly prevalent neurodevelopmental condition characterized by symptoms of inattention and impulsivity or hyperactivity to a degree that is inconsistent with the developmental level. ADHD symptoms persist into adulthood in a majority of patients and are associated with functional impairment and increased risk of depression and substance abuse. It has three subtypes: primarily inattentive, primarily hyperactive or impulsive, and combined. ADHD is associated with cognitive impairments in inhibitory control and executive function. You see, for someone with ADHD, doing a simple task isn't so simple. Their brain is like a super fast computer with too many tabs open. Closing these tabs isn't about being lazy, it's about managing a unique brain wiring. But here's the good news. ADHD comes with some amazing strengths as a result of their brain functioning difference. They are more spontaneous, energetic, imaginative, and inventive. They also have the ability to hyperfocus on subjects that interest them to a far greater extent than their non-ADHD counterparts. Let's know more about a few famous persons with ADHD. Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps is a celebrated Olympic swimmer who was diagnosed with ADHD in childhood. Despite attention and behavior challenges at school, he found swimming to be an ideal channel for his energy. Phelps became a world-renowned athlete, winning numerous gold medals and setting records, demonstrating exceptional success despite his ADHD. Richard Branson. Sir Richard Branson is a globally recognized entrepreneur and the founder of the Virgin Group, encompassing a variety of businesses. Branson has openly discussed his experiences with ADHD and dyslexia, showing that these conditions did not hinder his path to becoming a successful business magnate. Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake is a renowned American singer, songwriter, and entertainer. Timberlake has openly acknowledged having both ADHD and OCD, balancing these challenges with a highly successful career in the entertainment industry. Bill Gates is the co-founder of Microsoft and one of the wealthiest individuals in the world. Known for his philanthropy through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Gates is known to have ADHD. He has spoken about having difficulties concentrating and learning things, and including his decision to drop out of Harvard to start Microsoft. This highlights how his unique mind contributed to his groundbreaking work in technology. Each of these individuals demonstrates how ADHD, often perceived as a hindrance, can coincide with extraordinary achievement and innovation in various fields. I've got some pointers that might help you think about your own experiences with ADHD. If you find yourself relating to a lot of these, it might be worth talking to your psychiatrist. Ready? Let's go one by one. Difficulty getting organized. Picture this. You have an important task at hand. Maybe it's planning a big event or sorting out your monthly budget. You know what needs to be done, but when it comes to the organizing the steps or putting things in order, it feels like you're trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. Forgetting appointments. Consider how often you might forget meetings or social plans. You may plan to meet a friend for coffee on Thursday, but Thursday comes and it completely slips your mind, and you remember the plan when you get a text from your friend asking where you are. Difficulty wrapping up projects. Imagine you've been working on a project and you have tackled all the challenging parts, but when it comes to wrapping it up, like final proofreading or organizing the appendix, you just can't seem to get it done. It's like running a marathon and struggling to take those last few steps. Fidgeting. Are you in the habit of sitting through a long meeting or a movie and finding yourself constantly tapping your foot, twirling your hair, or fidgeting your hands? You might not even realize you are doing it, but it's a struggle to stay still. Feeling overactive. Imagine feeling like you are always in high gear. You may be at home with a day off, but instead of relaxing, you feel compelled to clean the house, start 3 different projects, and go for a run all at once because you just can't seem to sit still and relax. Silly mistakes. Think about working on a long, boring report or a complex recipe. You're fine with the big parts, but then you overlook small yet critical details like forgetting to include an important data source in the report or missing a minor ingredient in the recipe. Losing focus on repetitive work. This is like having a big pile of data entry or laundry to fold. It's repetitive and not very exciting. You start off well, but soon your mind wanders off and you find yourself checking your phone every 5 minutes or daydreaming. Difficulty concentrating on conversations. You are in a one-on-one conversation with your partner and they are explaining something important directly to you. But midway through, you realize that you have drifted off and have no idea what they've been saying for the past few minutes. Losing things. This could be as simple as constantly misplacing your keys, glasses, or your phone. You put them down somewhere and then spend 10 minutes looking for them because you just can't remember where you left them. Getting easily distracted. Imagine you're working at your desk and you find yourself constantly distracted by sounds like ticking of a clock, conversations in the other room, or even the buzz of a fridge in the kitchen. Difficulty staying seated. Think of a scenario like being in a long meeting or attending a lecture. Despite the expectation to stay seated, you find yourself an overwhelming urge to stand up, stretch, or even walk around, even if there is no real need to do that. It's like your body just doesn't want to stay put. Feeling restless. This could be during a time when you're supposed to be relaxing, like watching a movie or reading a book. Instead of feeling calm, you feel a constant nagging restlessness. It's like sitting on a bouncy ball, you just can't seem to stay still and feel comfortable. Over-talkative in social situations. Imagine you are at a social gathering. Instead of a balanced conversation, you find yourself dominating the discussion, talking at length, and maybe not giving others much chance to speak. It's like a dam has burst and the words just keep flowing. Jumping into conversations. In a conversation, someone is telling you about their weekend, but before they can finish, you often find yourself jumping in to guess the end of their story or to share your own experience. It's like your brain is racing ahead of the conversation. Impatience. This could happen in everyday situations like standing in line at a grocery store or waiting for a website to load. You struggle to stay patient, making such waits feel intolerably long, even if they are actually quite short. Each of these situations illustrates daily challenges that might be experienced more frequently or intensely by adults with ADHD. Remember, these are just examples and everyone's experience can vary.